వివేక్ గడికి పెట్టు. క్లోజ్ చేయకు, క్లోజ్ చేయకు, క్లోజ్ చేయకు. ఏ లింక్ పెడతాను? వాడు ఇప్పుడు ఇంకోటి రీనేమ్ చేసిన తర్వాత పెట్టిందాను, ఒకసారి చెక్ చేయి ఫస్ట్. ఆల్రెడీ చేసాను కదా, దాంట్లో చేసాను కమెంట్లో లింక్ పెట్టింది.
దాని కామెంట్ పెడుతున్నారు. టిల్ట్ అయ్యింది చూసుకోవాలి. టిల్ట్ అయింది.
ఓకే ఓకే వదిలే.
చూసుకోవాలి వేస్ట్. ఓకే సార్.
ఎవరు షేర్ చేస్తారు నేను పెట్టుకుంటే ఇది పెట్టాం కదా ఇంకా అదే ఫోన్ ఇది ఫోన్ ఇది
ఎప్పుడు పెట్టాలి కింద చిన్నది
ఇలా పెట్టాలి, ఇలా ఏదైనా ఇలా పెట్టాలి.
Hello guys, is my audio clear? Vivek, check my audio once. Is that clear? Is that clear? All the students who are in first year, room number 107, is my audio clear? హాయ్, హలో గాయస్. వినిపించట్లేదా? ఓకేనా? వివేక్, చెక్ మై ఆడియో వన్స్. మైక్ టెస్టింగ్ 1 2 3 4 5. వినిపిస్తుందా? వినిపించలేదు. అప్డేట్ చేయండి రా ఏమన్నా. ఎంతసేపు మాట్లాడాలి? నెట్ స్లో ఉంటుంది. ఏంటి చెప్పలేదా? అని చెప్పు. వినిపించినప్పుడు చెప్పు, నేను మాట్లాడుతూనే ఉంటా. నెట్ ల్యాగ్ అవుతుంది కొంచెం.
Good morning to all of you. I'd like to start one of the important events going to take place or unfold today. I am very proud to be part of this, and I'd like to invite the architects of this Intiative or Intiative Initiative to come to dais. First, let me call upon Sri Sam Intiative. Sri Girish Elchuri is having his own photo. Dr. K. Mohan Krishaya. Mr. Dilip Babu. Mr. Anil Kanchi. Principal of Sari Satyanarayana. And Vice Principal Dhammakar will join us soon. I request the President Principal to conduct the proceeding.
Start with program.
కిందకి వదిలేరా
I request all the dignitaries for Jyoti Prasad.
ఇది ఎవరు కదిలేకుండా చూసి
Welcome address by Professor Khanna.
Very good morning to one and all. Particularly Sakadayas and Akadayas. At the outset, I'm really proud and privileged to be the part of this path-breaking, innovative and challenging initiative of our alumni. which will not only help the SVU College of Engineering, the students of SVU College of Engineering, the faculty of SVU College of Engineering to achieve their goals and develop the institution to the world standards of technology and to establish a techno-management capabilities in the institution and the management with a predefined long-term progress. The initiative is named after Mind Figure Initiative. At this juncture, I would like to thank Sam Venkatesan sir. He is the prime motto behind it. He is the one who has initiated this program. Give him a great applause. The Mind Figure Initiative, which is MTI, is a formal independent body set up for uplifting the professional standards of our institution, SVUC, to a world-class level. The intention is we need to bring our institution to the top 20 institutions across world class. That is the prime motto of this Mind Figure Initiative, and to become independent, reliable, not having any deficiency in any fashion of developmental delays, whatever that is happening. The professionals who are involved for this Mind Figure Initiative are few alumni who have achieved their excellence in their respective fields. And in this, I have no doubt that this is going to be an historical occasion for us. There will be a good day that is very shorter to us to define that our institution has set the long-term goals, and we are on the way of to achieve that goals here. I also sincerely welcome all the alumni who came to participate in this particular Mind Figure Initiative for the inauguration session and to bless us. The Gopal Reddy Garu and Sir Devendra Reddy Garu and Srinath Reddy sir. Srinath Reddy sir and Damodara Garu, Sriram sir. President Sriram Reddy sir. Devendra Reddy sir. And the strong pillar behind the entire thing, the alumni coordinating and the person who is coordinating is the senior most person of this institution and the mentor to each and everybody whosoever here, Professor Vanu sir. He is a man behind, silently he will be always doing, and he will be, accommodating each and everyone, even with the present first year students also, in the same way and fashion. And I attract because who are all the stakeholders of this program is the beneficiaries and stakeholders of this program is the students of SVUC and the faculty of SVUC and the SVUC as an organization and the institution itself, because it is our prime duty, because all the way these people have come us to give us a helping hand to support the institution, to see that the institution will bring its own limelight. Once upon a time, we were the best institution in Pan-India. So they wanted us to become not the best institution in Pan-India, across the globe. This is what the inclusion of this particular Mind Figure is. With these few words, I also welcome the students of SVUC and all the faculty members and the respected faculty senior faculty members of SVUC. Now, I request Sri Girish Elchuri sir to conduct the rest of proceedings. I have got a few things to add on. I wanted to introduce the team of this MTI, Sri Sam Venkatesan sir. He is former MD Motorola India and the first batch of our SVUC, first batch student of our senior man and very younger man. Sri Girish Elchuri sir, technopreneur, running his own cloud services, our alumnus of Elchuri. Dr. K. Mohan Krishna garu, PhD from Bristol University, UK, and he is also alumnus of our institution. Mr. Anil Kanchi, CEO of Planetwise Technology Solutions, Singapore. And lastly, my immediate senior and my beloved senior who taught me many things as a senior, Mr. Dilip Babu garu, the CEO of Vipani Technology and Solutions. May I now request the Sam Venkateshan sir to honor our principal for support. He is supporting us and initiating many activities for the organization. I request Professor Damodar Reddy sir, the Vice Principal of this institution, to come on to the dais and occupy his chair. Thank you very much, sir. May I now request Sri Girish Elchuri sir to conduct the rest of the proceedings.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Yes. That is the Josh we want, right? So you are all ready to understand what Mind Trigger Initiative is. No breakfast today? Okay. So first, I will call upon Mr. Sam Venkateshan to kind of kick off the introductions and other things, and then we'll proceed with the rest of the presentations.
Visible? Am I audible? Yes. Good. Guys, before I introduce, there are one or two things I would like to tell. What we are going to do from now onwards is the first of its kind in the whole world. Nobody has done this. You take a college like ours, mostly ours is a local Andhra Pradesh college. From the current status to the level of giants like a Harvard, Princeton, even beyond, it cannot be done in one day. They took 70, 80 years to come up with that. We can do it in 20 years because so many other facilities are available today. Therefore, this is a 20 years program. Very rarely you will find any institutions carrying out a 20 years program. You may all think that this old man is talking about 20-year program. I'm not only there, there are so many other people to take it forward. Your college will take it forward, one after another, batch after batch, teacher after teacher. Only one thing I would like to tell all of you guys is that the kind of, it is not that you are going to get any advantages today at the end of 20 years. The journey is a fantastic journey. In 5 years, everybody will start recognizing what if this college can do something. Therefore, let's come and give some task to them, let us get it done. And later on, next 15 years, it will be an autopilot mode to be the top class institution. And it needs a huge amount of work, humongous amount of work, humongous amount of effort, funds, so many things will come forward. Okay, and in the bargain, the best thing we can offer is expose all the teachers, all the students about how the industry works. How the industry works, right from your young age for students to know about what are the processes, what are the reviews, what are the, how do you plan for things, how do you have a long-term plan, short-term plan. You have a 20-year-old plan, but what you do today matters. Therefore, how do you plan your today's work for the 20 years later, how does it come? Now, these are all very rare skills you will find. And many of us fortunately had the advantage, alumni of this college, who did well in our life. Okay, probably when I introduce you, my team, you will come to know who they are. And my colleagues, when I talk about you, please raise to be recognized. I'll start with Girish Elichuri, 76-81 batch. Girish, please. 76-81 batch. MTech in Computer Science Engineering in IIT Kanpur. 40 years service, large systems in many companies. You name the company, Wipro, IBM, Novel, Cisco, so on. He is an entrepreneur now, and more than anything else, he is a member of the UPI community. How many of us can even dream of it? Right? You are finding such people associated with this Mind Mirror initiative. Next one is Dr. Mohan Krishnaya, 84-88. From IIT Kharagpur, PhD from Bristol University, UK, and he is one of the people none of us can even think of. He is an Indian patent agent. All the patents which you make, he is an Indian patent agent. He is a Commonwealth Fellowship holder, and currently he is not in a small job. He is an intellectual property rights. He is the director of that in Philips. Right? Anil Kanchi, 94-98 mechanical, chemical, plus is an MBA. He is a large systems guy. He worked for TCS and large companies in Australia. Now he is a partner in Enviphony and Shop Connect. And large scale, it's a thinking is of a very large scale. You will come to know over a period of time all these people. And he's a co-owner of a Singapore carbon credit company. Next comes Dilip Babu, the handsome hunk. 94-98. Mechanical. Then see, computer science engineering, M.Tech from Usmania. University of Hyderabad. And is for 24 years of experience he has got. He is an entrepreneur, entrepreneur of N and Shop Connect. He got a VC funding for $3 million. Co-owner of a Singapore carbon credit company. I had the privilege to work for him, and when I worked for him, first class student, at that time the current student, spanning 60 years, we had students of alumni work for him at one time. Then we have Dr. Padundama, 76-81 times. M.Tech from IIT Roorkee, a PhD from Bhopal University. Very high operations high in those things which you will never come across. Intercontinental ballistics missiles. Okay, he is a man of that time. Right, and very large electronic system, ground electronic systems in Air Force he has done. He was he rose to the ranks of a group captain or a colonel in Army, group captain in Air Force, and he worked and taught in many places like DRDO, University College of Engineering, Bangalore, and things like that. And there is one guy, Sam Venkatesan. Has he come today? He's absent, sir. Sam Venkatesan, 5964, electrical engineering, IIT, M.Tech, IIT Kharagpur, 21 years in Indian Air Force, 2 wars, voluntary retirement as a wing commander, very large avionics projects. Here I have conducted a lot, very large avionics projects, $1 billion avionics projects 20 years ago, 25 years ago in fact. And later on, also, there is a world record held for how accurately you drop the bombs. It still stands. Then there is another one, highest software rating in the world, CMM level 5, which put India in the world map. Okay, this guy Sam has done that also. Then I was a managing director of Motorola in many countries for about 15 years, and about 18 years I was looking after, and then I was also a green entrepreneur. I started a plantation company and a power company, grew trees in nearly 750 acres. At a very tender age of 68, I was funded $6 million venture capital funding. And I write, I'm a musician, I'm a social worker. Okay, thanks a lot. Thank you.
I wanted to say one thing. So a couple of days back, I learned from Sam sir, at the age of 83, he started learning piano. Okay, so
Thank you, sir. Okay, let's go through a quick presentation or quick introduction of Mind Review Initiative. Okay. The vision of Mind Trigger Initiative is primarily to make SVCE an entity as effective and relevant as some of the best known academic institutions in the world like Harvard, Princeton, Cambridge, Purdue, etc. So we don't want to compare ourselves just with the Indian institutes, but we want to compare with the world-class institutes. And how do we do that? Using the capabilities and initiative of some alumni of SVC. Right? It is the initiative of SVC using the capabilities of SVC that we are going to achieve to make ourselves known in the world. Okay. So how do we achieve these things? They initiate and implement activities. Remember, initiate and implement activities which will place the SVC in the limelight for association and participation by the organizations outside the college. See, we should not be known to be the best only by ourselves. It's the organizations outside should recognize our capabilities and we should be in the limelight. Remember, when we are in the limelight, the life is going to be very tough, right? You know that when you see, like all the Bollywood actors, they say they can't walk on the road because they are in the limelight. So we will become a limelight. So we should want to kind of be recognized by the outside organizations. We will initiate and implement activities towards our vision, which will enthuse, energize, empower, right? That is important. See, when we are recruiting people, we don't look at knowledge, we look at enthusiasm, we look at commitment, we look at ability to learn. That's what we want to do. Enthuse, energize, empower the alumni, students and staff of SVC to take part and promote these activities. Right? So you have to understand that vision and mission statements were written long back, even before the name of MTA was given. But this is the vision and mission of what we want to do. Okay? And just to kind of rewind 2 years, a lot of discussion has happened in terms of what should be these activities. So we can have a vision, right? You can say, I want to earn $1 billion, right? That gives you a vision. But then you should have a plan to do that. So what should be those activities? The last 2 years, a lot of deliberations have happened, a lot of discussions have happened, which will result in the emergence of the concept of mind trigger initiative, okay? Which describes the intent and method for achieving what we wanted for SVC, right? Remember, our initiative is for the college, for the SVC, for the better of the SVC. And what we want to do it in the future, attainment of the exalted professional status as equal to the best professional institutions in the world. So we had a vision, we had a mission, we looked at it in terms of how we want to do it, and the Mind Trigger Initiative has been kind of conceptualized in order to achieve that we want to be the best in the world. Okay? How do we do that? What is the a strategic way to do it? So there must be a strategic way to do it. So basically on 5 pillars. Okay? Number 1, MTI is a registered trust. What does it mean? It's a formal entity. We would like to do everything formal, right? We wanted to pay the taxes, we want to comply to all the requirements of the corporate governance that is required. We want to do everything in a formal way. And normally what happens is when you talk about a research activity, it's kind of generally left to the development of, because a creativity cannot be pre-programmed, right? It has to come on its own way. But we would like to introduce the program management as a method to make sure that there is a focused progress that is made in the research activity. And we want to make sure there is a long-term sustainability for this initiative. Right? That is how a formal MPI registered trust would want to achieve. The second pillar and the strategy is we take research projects. It's not that we just give an idea and kind of make people doing whatever they want, but through a research project, which will result in publications and patents, which is a benefit to the college, individuals who are doing it, to the country, everything. It will involve the students and staff, right? That will kind of help you learn a lot more than what you are kind of learning in the classes today. And ultimately, you have to have technology and research deliverables. You have to deliver it, right? You cannot kind of keep on researching without kind of any results. So the research projects will kind of take you a formal method of doing these things. And the third pillar and strategy is industry participation. So in the beginning, we are going to focus on industrial research. And so industry participation is going to be critical. So they are going to fund the projects. They will provide required expertise in terms of consultants. And after the research has been kind of delivered, whatever is the technology that we wanted to deliver in a way, it has to be productized and more importantly monetized, right? So if you look at it, the long-term sustainability comes from the perspective of monetizing our research efforts, which will kind of help the college to have this initiative sustained for a long period of time. So that's how the industry participation will happen. And the fourth strategy and pillar is what we call the generated funds. We are not going to support this through donations, charity and things like that. But we will do it through what we call the generated funds. First and foremost, we have what we call the MTP, which is called the Mind Trigger program. I will talk a little bit more about that. That is going to be the single most funding resource for the MTA. And there could be some specific project-specific funding or a contribution to the corpus funding can come from the industries or the alumni. That could be one of the things. And third, more importantly, is the what we call the IPR revenue. Right? That is the monetization that I am talking about. The IPR revenue will kind of provide us a lot more funds going in the future. So the four pillars of strategy we talked about. What is the fifth one? The Mind Trigger initiative, the alumni behind that. Right? So alumni means not just people who have passed out several years back. I mean, even each of you are an alumni of this. So their initiative, their effort, and that is what is going to contribute to the success of MBA. So spending a little bit more on the funding of the resources. So MTA funds are split into two. One is the corpus, okay, which will kind of pull up for the MTA can decide to provide funding to research projects as they want. Or industries or alumni can contribute the project-specific funds. So that funds will be used for that specific project. Okay? And as I told you, the Mind Trigger program, which is a kind of a BBC mastermind kind of a program, which will kind of provide an opportunity for the industries to send their teams and kind of have win a prestigious award. So that will kind of generate good amount of funds for the corpus. Alumni contributions can happen, industry I talked about. And we can have the what we call the project equity, which is nothing but the IPR revenue we are talking about. So that's how we kind of generate the funds in order to sustain the MTA in a long-term basis. So briefly, what is the Mind Trigger program? It is raising funds through what we call the intellectual marathon. Okay, an intellectual marathon of multiple games, which are basically quiz programs and basically a lot of corporate games that we can conceptualize. And the corporate entities pay to participate in this. Okay, why would they pay? Two reasons. Number one, they are paying because it's a prestigious, they can kind of claim to be a Mind Trigger champions, right? So that is one way to motivate them to kind of come and pay and participate. Second thing is whatever they are paying, we are not taking it as a profit and kind of going on enjoying that money, but rather we are kind of using that for research activities in a college, which they would be more interested to kind of help in that respect. So the corporates will pay to participate, and the champions will get the smartest company award. So which is, and we can make it very prestigious, and so it will become sustainable. So the moment it becomes prestigious, like for example, A lot of people participate in, say for example, KBC. I mean, it's of course good money, but there are a lot of other peace programs that happen, so they kind of participate and win on that. There's kind of a pride fund, right? And because of this, we can scale it from one city to the country. And so the number of funds that we can receive, we can kind of generate would be lot more. So how can you contribute? Please pay attention here. So as an SVC teaching staff, you can be a project research champion. That means you are anchoring the project, research project that the MTA is initiating. You can be a project team member of that project. You can be an expert consultant. You may be part of the team, but you can provide expert consultancy to that project. Or be an MTA volunteer. So right now I am an MTA volunteer. I will do whatever is that is required for the MTA. So today I have to come and give a presentation like tomorrow we have to conduct the MTP program, we will do that. So we are kind of playing different roles at different times based on our requirements and capabilities. We kind of become an MTA volunteer. So we are always available to participate. Right? As a student, what you can do? Two things. Number one, each of you have to do a project as part of your coursework. So you can take one of the research topics that we are kind of working on. As a part of that, you can take it and do a project. Okay, and so it will be fulfilling for you as well as it is kind of contributing to the project. Or if you are not at that stage of doing a technical project, because that will come only towards the end of your course. You can be a project intern. Okay, you can come and participate in the project as an intern at any point of time. Or be an MTA volunteer, right? To help and contribute to all these things. As an alumni, what you can do? You can contribute funds to project or an MTA. You can join the MTA board as a trustee. So currently 5 of us are the trustees on the board. Okay. So Sam sir, myself, Juan Krishnaya, Dilli Babu and Anil Kanchi are the board of trustees. We would like to expand that a lot more because at the end of the day, as Sam sir said, it's a moving ship. I mean, like the train is traveling and people will come out, go out and all those things, come in and go out. So you can join in board as a trustee. You can be a project consultant. If you have certain expertise, you can contribute that. See, remember, you don't have to contribute expert only in research activity, right? In whatever that you can contribute, in whatever role that you can do that. Or be an MTA volunteer. Okay. So this is how I think whoever is the directly associated with SVC can contribute. So what is the roadmap? Okay. The roadmap is progress so far. Initial core team has been formed. MTA trust has been registered. Okay. A few weeks back it has happened. And in the year 1, we will form the founders MTA trustees board. These are all some formalities we have to do as part of the compliance requirements. We will set in the governance structures. See, the reason we are kind of saying governance structure, you have to understand. We want to make sure that this effort is sustainable for a long period of time. And at any point of time, when you are starting, either it is an institute or a company or a effort like this, an initiative like this, what you set as a rule in the very beginning sets the tone for the future. So if you are so that's what we wanted to make sure that we kind of put the governance structure such a way. It is transparent. It is focused on the agenda. The individual agendas are not important. It's the MTA agenda is what is important. That's what we wanted to do. Kick off the first project, which we talk about it today. And setting up the program management principles that we want to follow. Okay. Year 2, we want to start looking at developing the infrastructure and resources, developing the staff to kind of think about publications, patents, research project and things like that. A lot of staff are already doing it. It's not that that's not happening, but kind of trying to do it at the world standards and kind of lot more to do that. Student engagement, conduct the first MTP. Okay. And year 3, we may start filing patents. We scale up the MTI. more industry collaboration. We will conduct the second MTP. Year 4, we probably look at international partnerships, monetization of the projects, and we may start getting into deep research initiatives, okay, and scale up the MTP. And year 5, we look at impact assessment, sustainability planning, long-term vision development, and we have a highly popularized MTP so that there is one engine that is kind of generating funds that are required for our MTA. So it's a high peak that we need to scale. All of us together, we are going to scale. There is no road. We have to make our own road. We have to probably hang with the ropes. Okay, we may fall, a lot of things will happen, bruises will happen, everything will happen. But we are committed to scale the peak. Are you? Yes? Yes? Okay. So, this is basically, I'm not going to talk about this. This is the entire mind trigger problem to product workflow. Whatever I talked about today has been captured here as a diagram. So when we get the presentation to you, you can kind of study it in detail and understand that. So for the entire success, you can make a difference. Thank you. So what we will do is we will take the questions right at the end. We'll just go through all the presentations. And then at the end, we'll have a Q&A session. So there you can ask questions. And I must tell you, you must ask questions. So we have to think about it, what questions you want to ask. If you don't ask questions, I'm going to force questions on you. Okay?
Especially all those.
Yeah, if you don't ask questions, I will ask questions to you.
All the first year students, you must open.
Yeah? So please remember, if you don't ask a question, you can't go out of this. Okay? So now actually I will invite Mohan Krishna here. He will briefly talk about the IPR part of it. So he will kind of, he is deep into such things in his career. So he will briefly talk about what is the IPR and other things. And then we will move on to the next question.
Good morning. Who wants money, lift their hands. You are recording?
Yes, sir.
That side also? Okay. Think again. Oh, you can lift two hands. That means you want more money. That's all? Okay, you are in the right place. Okay, next question. Who knows about Apple company? Apple company? Everybody knows. Who is having Apple device here? Watch or anything? Nobody having. Who is having? Okay. Last Christmas time, they stopped selling. You know why? They stopped selling across the globe Apple watches. You know why? Because somebody filed a case on Apple saying that Apple has stolen their intellectual property, their patent. They copied their patent without taking royalty from them. So they filed a case. Apple stopped selling watches across the globe, and the impact is in one day $25 million. Still they are struggling, and that the patent is some small startup company. Yeah, that is the power of IPR. So that kind of IPR we want to develop from this college. And you may think, no, we are not from IITs, we don't have big infrastructure. All those things not required. What is required? Open mind and the idea, okay, there is a problem, I want to solve it. For that, we are creating a platform where you will get your problems and you can solve the problem, and we also help you how to solve it. Yeah? The biggest advantage, or rather biggest plus point in this platform is every year new brains will come. Maybe 200 students, 300 students, every year. It is perennial. So we are always having fresh intellectual property. So basically MPI will mount that property and convert it to money and give it back to the college. In the process, over is involved in that stakeholders, students, staff, college, everybody will get benefited either financially or otherwise also. So that is the main the crux of this whole presentation. So if you have any questions, keep it aside after the annual presentation. You can ask questions, we will tell you in detail anything you want. Okay? Thank you.
Okay. We all understood what is an NTI and we talked about a research project that we are going to do. Okay. So we actually discussed several projects with the college council and there was a lot of enthusiasm from the staff. Okay. And it is very positive development. So on one of the projects we will go deep dive and look at which is the first project that we are going to kick off. Okay. That's what Anil is going to explain what the project is. And then we'll come back to the Q&A session.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everybody. No breakfast. I'm waiting for lunch. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
So, before getting into the project, okay, Girish sir and Mohan sir, it was a fantastic presentation. And thanks for this opportunity also. See, we don't want to start with a project which is of a typical academic style. Okay, we wanted to start with a project which is of a greater impact. Okay. So when you say greater impact, not just for the college, not just for yourself, it could be for the society, it could be for the environment, and it could be for the larger world. Okay, that's how we looked at this project. Okay, so our project is, the first project is hydrogen-based UPS. How many people understand the word hydrogen, UPS? Is it triggering anything in anybody's mind? Okay, have you heard green hydrogen these days? Can you raise the hand? How many of you heard green hydrogen? Okay, half hands, okay, no problem. So what we wanted to achieve by introducing this project or whatever the final outcome that we are going to have, which is going to be patented as well, okay? So we basically wanted to have a self-sufficiency for various entities. It could be for the college, it could be for the villages, communities, industrial parks, okay? By getting away from the grid and at the same time trying to be more sustainable with the green energies. Okay, just remember two important keywords: sustainability, self-sufficiency. Okay, these are the two keywords that we are trying to achieve through this project. What we wanted to achieve this through project? Okay, there are three fundamental things that we wanted to achieve. Of course, this can address much more than these three things. Let's quickly understand what are those three things that we wanted to achieve. One is the energy independence. Why anybody wants to have an energy independence? Anybody can quickly? No? Okay. So we had floods in Tirupati. Okay. So when we are not energy independent, imagine that a situation where hospitals, take an example of hospitals, right? Okay. When there are floods and there is no power from outside, and if you are not self-sufficient or energy independent, you are going through a lot of trouble, and a lot of people can also die. And the idea that we are trying to bring in with the green energies, we can make an entity energy independent. One. Second, community resilience. Chennai floods is the best example, okay? And I don't know why Chennai people are not realizing yet, but Chennai floods is the best example. I think about 5 years back when Chennai floods have happened, then I was working for TCS, okay. And you know what is the biggest problem that we had? All the data centers that were residing in Chennai had a very big problem because almost first floor or second floor got drowned and data centers has a big challenges. Nobody could access the data center, there is no power, and just because of that one incident, the entire world was on their toes because the people, all the data centers are addressing the data of our clients from various countries. Okay, but imagine a model where irrespective of the floods and the electricity from the external grids, if I am self-sufficient and giving that kind of a confidence to the world clients that you can manage it very effectively, that will be wonderful. Okay. The third element is social equity. We wanted to give, see, you go to some villages, see, from South India you don't find this problem, but when you go to North India, Western India, so there are a lot of villages without power. And what is the best available source of energy? Solar is the best source of, renewable source of energy. Can I use solar energy and with the help of a green hydrogen based UPS, can I make a village completely out of the grid and become a self-sufficient? So there are a lot of ideas that you can look at from this. Okay. So what is the idea? Okay, I'm not going to go into the details. We'll share you the presentation. But in a nutshell, we'll tell you, green hydrogen is nothing but a hydrogen generated using a renewable source of energy. It could be wind, or it could be solar, or it could be any other hydro energy. Okay, using the green energies, do the electrolysis, convert that into green hydrogen, store it, and use the green hydrogen to regenerate the electricity when you need it. Example is that, see, I'll give you a very quick example. Today I have a solar system in my rooftop. Okay, my consumption, as per the last bill, my consumption is 142 units. My generation is 747 units. So I have an excess of 605 units. What do I do with that? I can sell it to the grid. But apart from that, if I wanted to become a self-sufficient, just imagine that what if I convert that 600 units into a green hydrogen and using that green hydrogen cells in the night or whenever I wanted to power the electricity back again and generate the electricity and give it to back myself. Then I am completely self-sufficient. That is for a home I am talking about. Can I replicate this for a hospital? Can I replicate this for an industrial zone? Can I replicate this for a village or a community? That is where the power is going to be. That's the idea actually. We can go, you can go, guys can go in detail in the interest of the time. I'm skipping now. Okay. So what is the market potential? So Mohan sir mentioned and Giri sir mentioned that, so we are not like, typical academic guys. We have come from the industry, spent enough time in the industry. We wanted to make money. We wanted to make ourselves great. Okay. How do we make money? The moment you talk about make money, is there a market for this kind of a solution? That's the first thing that we need to see. It's not about some fancy technology that you bring in and nobody is there to buy it. Right? So we need to find, is there a market for that? Basically, we are trying to address 2-3 problems. Okay, sustainability and self-sufficiency. Okay, so if you see, there is a big market for clean and sustainable energy solutions. You must be knowing that $65 trillion. Okay, your calculator is not sufficient to even look at the number. $65 trillion, not billion dollars, of investments are expected to be pumping in this sustainability and green energies. Okay, in the next 30 years. That's how the market is. And when it is coupled with growing emphasis on grid resilience. Grid resilience is that, whatever the electricity that we are getting from the grid, the resilience needs to be there. So the problem with the solar is that it generates a lot of electricity in the day. And in the night you have no electricity. You need to manage it very well. Okay? And with the backup power. So that is a problem statement we are trying to solve. Backup power through the hydrogen cells, not through the UPS. If I have to use a UPS, then I have to use like a big rooms and then a lot of batteries is required and a lot of challenges around that. Okay, so that will give us the biggest opportunity. So what are those typical clients that I can look at it? Okay, so data center. I gave you the example of what happened in Chennai floods, right? So the data centers have to be on power 24/7, and also today that power needs to come from the renewable sources, the green energy. Can I have a green energy? Run data centers 24/7 uninterrupted. Okay. Similarly, you take healthcare facilities, industrial parks, and look at anything. So for that one concluding statement, I will tell and leave. what is the one big debate that is going around in the political parties today for Andhra Pradesh? Job creation for the people. Can you think of establishing an industrial park which is completely out of the grid, completely powered through renewable source of energies, okay, and where your carbon footprint is negligible? Today, everybody wants to, including the Apple, sir, including the Apple wants to go for a carbon neutral products. Can you invite the industries where in my industrial parks you can make a carbon neutral products, and with the help of whatever the technology that we are introducing it, that's going to be game changer. We can attract investments, we can create more job opportunities. That's a kind of an impact that we wanted to do or give through this Mind Trigger initiative. And this is our first project that has been selected. And thank you for this opportunity. Yes.
Folks, you are all very lucky people. For the next 20 years, what the country is going to be is something unimaginable. We are, in fact, right in front of you, we started from the Bullock age, and what is happening today from now, for the next 20, 30 years, something unimaginable. And Mind Trigger tries to put you into that kind of a thing. Most important thing is for all of you people, especially for the youngsters, excite yourself. Get worried about what is it I can do, what is it I can do, inside. Unless you have the fire in the belly, guys, you will not be able to do anything. Otherwise, you will all get married, you will get a junior engineer, assistant engineer job, some software engineering job, and also software engineering. But what you use, you get married and then children, then life and goes on. Not that. You have to be somebody who makes a difference in this world. That comes only when you have a fire in the belly. Where does the fire in the belly come from? Only when you want to do something always different, big. And my suggestion to all of you is, very often people tell you do things well, so you don't fail. It's not good. Take things which are impossible. Take things where you will surely fail. You know what is the advantage? You may fail. But in the trial, you grow yourself professionally so much. Okay, nobody can match you. Nobody can match you. I am a small town guy. I am from Tirupati. College, I started from there. The first thing my father taught me was take things impossible. I joined as an Air Force, but I could rise to the level of a managing director for Motorola only for one reason. There's always some fire in the belly. Right, guys? I'm not talking about myself. I'm just giving an example. That's all. At least my age, I don't need to really talk about myself. Therefore, please take this MTI very seriously, especially the staff. The staff, I want to tell you, you have the rest of the years, whatever is left for you, use it well. Okay, support the MTI, go through the MTI. You don't know, for every 1 rupee of your effort, we have got to do $1 million worth of effort, because we lose a lot in our families, lot of fun, lot of our money, all these things will happen. We are doing all those things. We are not an alumni association does it, but this is a very different kind of a work. That's why a few alumni came here and we are doing things in a different fashion. I request all the staff to be totally, many staff haven't come today. I don't know why they haven't come. It doesn't make a difference. But those who have come, please go and tell others. There is something in the world which is happening for the first time in our portal. We have to take it. Tell other staff members to come, join, and once they start actually seeing the results, the thing is, it's just in a couple of years, you will find some big companies like IBM or Philips coming and talking to you. How will you talk to them for their projects? You need at least an ordinary soft skills to talk to them. Stand up, how you dress up on that day, what is the kind of a saree where you're going to wear. Not only the technology, all these things matter, right? Your personalities, and how do you talk about your process? How do you do the review, which you have never done in your life? You teach and go, nobody reviews you, isn't it? All these things will come forward It's a different world you are going to be exposed to. Please excite yourself. If you don't excite yourself, you know, just like another teacher, they will work nicely, on a very retired gone. Leave a mark, folks. Leave a mark. I am very disenchanted with the staff today. Hardly any staff. Oldies are there. So many oldies are here. See, alumni. Hardly any teachers are there. It's not right. At least those teachers who have come. Please ensure that there is something big coming up in our portals. Okay? Thank you, folks. Thanks a lot.
Sorry, I want to cover one very key point in this conversation. Okay, so we talked about all this big and everything, you know, what is the importance of the green hydrogen project, right? Okay, so how are we aligned? Okay, let's understand some stats so that makes more sense. Okay, so as a country, India, I'm talking about, we have a target of 500 gigawatts of renewable energy capacity by 2030. Means country is the government is driving towards a big objective of our big targets of achieving a greater renewable sources of energy. So that means we are in the right track. Okay. Second, you look at the recent budget, just 1 week back or 2 weeks back, whatever the budget that was presented, you look at the solar power allocation rises by 110% from around 4,700 crore of rupees to around 10,000 crores of rupees. Okay. So there is every year on year, there is more interest, more allocation, and more push towards this renewable sources of energy. Next, so everybody is encouraged to go for rooftop solar. How many of you know that we have a solar in our university? Raise the hand. Okay, how many people know that we don't have a solar energy? And can anybody know that what is the percentage contribution of solar in our power consumption, our generation and consumption? Out of the total consumption, how much percentage is the solar? Can anybody say? We don't know. Okay, let's start understanding. It's 32%, by the way. Okay, so but we wanted to see there is a lot of subsidies going on, and the governments are encouraging to go for solar. Blah blah blah. Last but not the least, I think in the recent past, the governments are encouraging to go for at least 1 crore of households to have the solar energy, electricity being given. Okay. So there is a big push from the government, and there is a big push from the industries also. Okay, and it's a global initiative. By the way, it's a global initiative. If you guys have followed anything on the COP28, okay, recently happened in Dubai, where Narendra Modi was Mr. Honorable Prime Minister was pushing a lot on this space. You please try to go and read some of those things, then you will very well appreciate the kind of project that we are trying to take it up. So I'm telling you all these things to make sure that we are not taking up that one small academic project and do something and put some publication and paper. No, we really wanted to make a difference. That's what Girish sir said. Make a difference. You can be part of that difference. Okay? So we'll definitely look forward for the volunteers and people who can be part of this, the first project also. Definitely the communication will come out very soon. But we definitely emphasize that this is going to make a big difference. Okay? Thank you.
Okay. Now we come to the interesting part, the Q&A session. So, please. So when I give a presentation and there is a solid silence in the audience, it means two things. Number one, they have understood everything, or everything went over there. Right? So I don't know which is true or which. Okay?
Nobody is going for lunch. So there is a rule, sir. Okay. If 10 questions comes, everybody leaves. Okay. The 10th question doesn't come now.
Yeah, any question that you have, like you can even, okay.
You have to walk.
Yeah, startup culture and entrepreneurship. Yeah, tell your name. Class.
I'm Sridhar from 5-year EC.
Thank you.
EC.
Okay. Any of you want to answer this? Yeah.
It's a very good question. I think you already have a club, right? Okay. So you have a club and where. But I wanted to tell you one small thing about it. Okay. 2 years back, I was a judge for some of the projects that students have presented. Okay. None of them qualified for a startup. Okay, or an idea. So inculcating that culture is very, very important. Okay. And if you understand from the initiatives that we are talking about in MTI, MTI indirectly will help you with this startup culture. Okay. May not be directly, but indirectly you startup. So Mohan sir clearly mentioned that you are talking about an IP, okay, creating an intellectual property. Okay. Think of this green hydrogen only. Can you make a company out of a green hydrogen? Dilip Babu is already thinking of a company on green hydrogen. That's why he came up. Okay. I'm going to give it to him. But apart from green hydrogen, you guys have to come up with this culture of startup, definitely. Don't look at like a startup, think like an entrepreneur. Everything you look at it, is there an innovation in this? Can it make a difference to the society or the world? Can I commercialize it? Can I scale it? That's a language that we need to talk. As long as we try to do that, I think we are in the right way. Okay, so we'll ask the clubs to come and forward and ask for more guest lectures and give more interactive. Of course, they're doing it, but we'll try to improve that. But definitely, that's a good question. We should nurture that culture and encourage such kind of a mindset. Okay.
I also want to add two things. Basically, when I was a student, when sitting that side, I used to think if I want to do a startup, in MTech days, not certainly I should not be boasting. In BTech days, our goal was to get into job or the MTech. Certainly in MTech, that startup, discussions were there. We used to think what is it, is there anybody from industry who can help me understand how can I do the product management, how can I do the product development, how can I actually do the marketing, sales, or how can I do the market survey, how can I validate my wishful thinking, is it going to be really can it be commercialized? Now MTA, in the form of MTA, we are not expecting the staff or students to be say for example, if you give the hydrogen-based UPS, that it will be totally done by the staff and the students. The advantage of the faculty, the students who can be part of the MTA is that assume that 90% of the support and the execution or the expertise will come from the industry. That's how the assumption of MTA, if I'm not correct. 90% comes from the industry, who are already the experts or they are doing the domain experts, who are actually best of some of those things. The kind of people we are going to associate with is actually the top-notch people. They will actually do this 90% stuff, and the 10% we are assuming that we want to get it done through the college, okay? Students or teachers. But what is the going forward? The 10% is going to be increased to 20, 30. One day it has to be 90%. It cannot be 100%. I'm not expecting that. It has to go to the 90%. Maybe 20 years vision of SAM is that's what I'm expecting. So certainly students and the staff who are actually really with the open mind to aspiring for this entrepreneurship or aspiring for do the world class research should look for the MTA, I would say, because you people are going to be handhold by the industry experts. Okay, please remember.
I just want to take 10 seconds, sorry. Only 10 seconds, sir.
Concluding. Okay, if you guys think that you are too young to do these things, okay, I wanted to go to one website called the Green Pillar, TGP, the Green Pillar. Okay, Green Pillar is a company, NGO company, and it is a multinational company. Okay, attracting a lot of industries and they are doing a lot of good things. Just go to that website, and It is founded and run by a girl of 12 years old. Just 12 years old, 6th grade student is running a big company. Okay. So if she can do it, you just think, why can't you do it?
One last statement I have. Woman has many stories to tell, but I will tell only one story. When I was a managing director of Motorola, at the age of 60, a typical globetrotter every day in one country, big fashion, big people, everything, our big life. You know what did I do? I gave up everything. Took a voluntary retirement. And then, you know what is the startup I have done? I learned how to grow a forest in 4 years. 2, not 1 or 2 trees. It is there. Every university has done research for a long time. Anyway, and what made the difference I could do was, I wanted to do it and I went about how to do it day in and day out. I thought about it. Then called people, 100 people who from across the globe they came together. And we formed a plantation company, then a power company with 750 acres of lands. We have grown lakhs of trees, produced power, set up a power station, got a $6 million and 1 rupee a unit we have produced. Starting for all these things I want to tell you is, startup companies are very easy as long as you don't think about, you know this much in life about your education, your experience. If you think only within that you have to have a startup. It may be a very short, small regime. Think big. There are hundreds of things you know. Those people who come from small towns and villages, they have seen so much about nature. Those who come from cities, they have seen so much about the industry, what goes around in the industry. If you start looking for it, don't. Startup comes from your expansive thinking. Startup doesn't come from your small little idea of what you know. Most important is you try 10 ideas, 20 ideas, every one of them put on the paper. You may or not succeed in one. This is a very major requirement for startups. People think I have got some ideas of this one, I want a startup. It just doesn't take place like that. World is not ready, but world is ready the minute you have alternatives to tell. I want to do a startup, it will cost so much, it will take so much of time, it will need so much of it. All these things you talk. The other fellow said, tell me some more. That's what we have. Okay, it's a common game. I just wanted to tell you these guys. Second.
Okay, 1 down, 9 to go. Yes, sir.
My question is specific about the project which I discussed about green energy and hydrogen fuels backup power. You have selected hydrogen as a storage system for the power. Have you considered any other alternatives? Because I just tell one small example. As far as hydrogen is concerned, I think probably its power density is about 6 kilowatts per kg or so. As compared to aluminum air batteries, it is much more. I think probably 8, not that friendly. So there are better systems of storage which will occupy less space and
No, definitely, sir. See, if your question is that are you stuck to green hydrogen? May not be. Because idea is to have that backup.
That's why I specifically selected green hydrogen as
Yeah, as we are evolving, we find a better alternative than green hydrogen. Definitely.
Sir, actually, to answer your question, I understood your question. See, hydrogen also, there are some challenges like, highly inflammable and some of those challenges are there. Yeah, that's why we selected it. Like, we want to deploy it and see it. Okay, that's the first thing, iteration. Why we selected hydrogen is, I'm not ruling out other possibilities, sodium based, aluminum based, like they are all not matured enough to kind of, commercialize. We are taking hydrogen so that like we can immediately commercialize it. The people who are investing in this project can see some revenue. Okay, that's very important to get the ball rolling. That's the criteria we have actually chosen as a hydrogen. The moment we say other storage solutions, investors will say, think these people are actually talking too much.
And second thing also is the alignment that India wants to become a superpower with the green hydrogen production. So there's a lot of traction happening in this space. So this right now we are talking about just on a paper. Okay. But on the paper also a lot of thinking has gone to make sure that we are strategically aligned. Okay. But given your input, that will there be
money will come in a big way, especially for automotive industry.
Correct. You are correct.
Just I would like to add from my perspective. It is a try to see what are the other solutions for a given item. So in that, instead of hydrogen, if you put something else, what happens? If you put something else, what is going to happen? So that's part of the framework. Where once they do the project, some other batch will come. No, I don't want to use the hydrogen for whatever reason. So all those the template, the process will come out, and definitely this problem will be addressed. Whether commercially viable, that is next step. But solution perspective, yes, we will be exploring in relation to hydrogen.
See, I want to explain one thing. You need to understand the difference between a technology, product, and solution. Right? So, technology is a kind of a core technology. Right? See, what is a core technology in a car, in a petrol car? The internal combustion engine. Right? That's a core technology. And what is a product? Car is a product. What's the solution? Transport. Transportation is the solution. Right? So that's how we need to look at it. So what Sir has said is that when we are looking at, I am also a little bit involved in this project. So we talked about it. What we are doing is, see, in the solution there are a number of boxes, right? Any of the boxes can be replaced with a better technology, better product at any point of time, right? That's how we will kind of do it. And this is the kind of inculcation that we do in the college. You will start understanding in terms of to think about technology, research, projects, entrepreneur. See, you have to understand there is a difference between a startup and an entrepreneur. Can anybody tell me what it is? Difference between a startup and entrepreneurship. Any difference? Startup is about doing something, taking up like hydrogen UPS, doing something like that. You know, entrepreneurship is actually making money. Proved in this kind of way, so that when you actually go out, you are a much better person. You can do startups, you can be an entrepreneur, all those things. Yes.
Yes, thanks sir for that question, because like that everybody should start thinking. Why that? You should challenge. Why hydrogen? Why not anything else? That is what we want.
Okay.
That will give you a lot of other solutions.
8 more questions.
Yeah.
8 more questions. Yeah.
హలో అందరికీ నమస్కారం. నాకు మన కాలేజ్ అంటే చాలా ఇష్టం. అందుకే అందుకే ఐ కేమ్ ఫ్రమ్ హైదరాబాద్ విత్ మై వన్ ఆఫ్ ఫౌండర్ మెంబర్స్ సజెషన్. ఈ కాన్సెప్ట్ చదివాను, చాలా నచ్చింది నాకు. అందువల్ల ఇప్పుడు నేను ఈ కాలేజ్ నుంచి ఒక యూనిక్ ఏంటంటే జర్నలిజంలో వెళ్ళి లేవలేము ఈ కాలేజ్ నుంచి. నవ్ ఐ ఆమ్ వర్కింగ్ ఫర్ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ఫౌండేషన్ ఫర్ హ్యూమన్ డెవలప్మెంట్, ఫ్రాన్స్. ఐ am media director in it. At the same time, I would like to help my college in my jurisdiction. So MTIకి నేను ఏ విధంగా ఉపయోగపడతానో కూడా నాకు తెలియదు. వాలంటీర్లు ఐ కేమ్ ఫార్వర్డ్. సో మీరు నా ప్రశ్న అనేది, నేను ఎలా మీకు ఉపయోగపడను? ఇంత పెద్ద లక్ష్యంతో వీడు గిరీష్ నా క్లాస్మేట్, ఐఎమ్ వెరీ ప్రౌడ్ ఆఫ్. అండ్ మీరు కొంతమంది సీనియర్స్, ఢిల్లీరావు నాకు ఢిల్లీ బాబు గారు నాకు టచ్లో ఉంటారు. శ్యామ్ గారి గురించి నాకు తెలుసు, చాలా తెలుసు, ఎందుకంటే మీడియా పర్సన్ కాబట్టి. సో మన కాలేజీ వాళ్ళు కూడా అండి, మీరు కూడా ఎనీ టైం you can contact me and have some type of support from myself. Thank you very much.
Definitely we need your help because whenever you get opportunity, you talk about MTA. For a start, that is more than enough. Then automatically balls start rolling. Then people start thinking. Yeah, that is a great help. Thank you.
One last thing I just want to tell and conclude it. See, there is a lot of things like, in the roadmap. Like, say for example, going forward there will be a project selection committee. There is going forward there is going to be like, framework for a faculty to be part of like an MBA. There, going forward there is going to be a process for a student to be associated with the like MBA. So all those things are there, sir. Actually, so we are looking for volunteers who can actually do this initial stuff. Okay. Certainly, marketing is one of the things like we can consider like the media people and who has a high network, quality network people. They are required for us to kind of publicize about the like MTA. So we are yet to kind of complete some of the basic formalities also. First is registered, you got the PAN card, the fund registration, and like the bank account opening. Some of those things are in progress. So certainly like we are looking out like setting up this organization structure and the committees, processes, and all those things, including website. Everything will be driven through the websites. Okay, we are going to have a website where like we will even project onboarding also. Right now, like we have selected this with our knowledge and also with the industry discussion. Going forward, like there is going to be much bigger things like coming in a way. We are actually bringing it. Okay, but we want to structureize it in a way that there should be less scope for any error. Okay, that's what I'm.
And also the way we are thinking is it's not one-off effort. It is a kind of platform where after 5 years all 5 of us will disappear. That's how by design all the 5 will disappear, and one of the responsibility each one should get a replacement. That is my responsibility to get my replacement. So that's how the increase mechanism. So we will not be there forever. The platform will be there, the college will be there, and you will not be there forever in the platform. Once you get a pass out, you will get a job, you will go on. The staff comes, the staff retires, goes on. But this will stay. The platform will stay. So that is how we are building it. Yeah? Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Ganesh, CSC final year. My doubt at any point is, if a first year student comes with an idea, how would MTA will help? In my point of view, means a first year student need more nurture, he need more concentration than compared to final year student. In what way that MTA would help for a first year student, perspective of first year student?
Okay. See. Do not assume that a first year student idea will be less mature than a final year student's idea. As he said, there is a 12-year-old girl who is running a company, right? So, in our opinion, the person doesn't matter, the person's stature doesn't matter, it's the idea that matters, right? So, actually there is a book, I'm not recollecting, I can refer it to you before later. A product, an idea that comes up, in order to translate that into actually a product or a solution, it needs a grooming, much like a baby. Okay, so you have to kind of groom that idea, and over a period of time, that idea might change its shape, and many things can happen once we start thinking and applying our mind on that. So that is another thing. So as he said, there are 20 ideas. We'll take up one of them based on the many other constraints that we have. But all these things will kind of help. That is one of the things. It's a platform where we kind of help you groom those ideas and kind of see how far we can take it up, right? So that will happen. But do not say first year student idea is lesser than a final year.
My point is, how would be the exposure for
I will give a guide very clear. I will, once you join this platform, you will get a skill to know that your idea is the first in the world or somebody else got it already. yeah, you will get that skill. If you really perfect that skill, the job will come to you. You don't need to go for a job. Is it sufficient or you want some more?
What would be the level?
Sorry?
What would be the level?
Level?
Level means what would be first year, second year, third year?
Maybe the level of.
There is no first year, second year, third year concept. If you have an idea, what Mohan sir is saying is that we will teach you a skill where this idea is a genuine idea or is it already been implemented somewhere or things like that. Okay.
And also how to refine your idea to make it a product.
See,
that skill will teach you.
when you get an idea, you have to first understand, is it unique, is already being done. Number two, is it worth pursuing? Right? So when you go into the aeroplane, you have to switch off your mobile.
His doubt is different.
Yeah.
Do you give weightage for the first year or second?
No, that's not correct.
No.
So then see, there is one guy who has invented a way to kind of use a mobile phone even in an aeroplane. Right? But then he understood that airlines is never going to accept it because they have their own revenue streams that will destroy it. This idea will destroy it. So he stopped that idea. He kind of thrown away.
The first thing when you get an idea, you need to validate, can we take this forward? Correct? Okay. So what Mohan sir is saying is that when you come up with an idea, we will only teach you that skill, whether that idea is a genuine idea, can it be taken forward or not. And that assessment we are going to teach you.
So that means tomorrow, if you get today one idea, tomorrow some other idea, tomorrow some other idea, you don't need to come to us. You got that skill. You yourself did it.
Okay.
Once you perfect that skill.
That idea can be from anybody.
Yes,
This can be. Yes.
Not the first year, second year.
No.
Anybody can do it.
Anybody.
Absolutely.
And you will teach them, anybody.
So even the idea can come from the industry also.
The idea can come from your kids also.
Right? Only qualification is if you be alumni or.
Yeah. Right? Okay, I think we have spent sufficient time. I'm sure. Thank you very much for attending the event today and help us launch the whole thing. Hopefully, you all are kind of charged up rather to kind of take this forward successfully. And remember, you need to have the passion. None of us, the four of us, and Sam sir retired and Puskar Raskuntuntaru, but we four are active. Industrially, we are active. So, but we are kind of, because of our passion, we are spending time. Right? So, you should have that passion. You should have that passion to kind of learn things. Then you will significantly benefit because we are providing an opportunity, a platform. We never had such platforms when we were here. Right? Now you have an opportunity. We sincerely request kindly utilize them. Okay? Thank you very much. And
Before I propose vote of thanks, I request faculty to put the function. A few words.
Good morning to everyone. Really, it's very honor and we feel privileged because I don't know how much care other institutions alumni take, but coming to the SP University College of Engineering, we are seeing the major impact and the role of alumni a lot. Really, we feel very privileged and honored and proud of you, sir. It's because whatever the event, alumni are coming forward. That too, really I feel sometimes very guilty. After 2005, none of the people are coming forward. Whereas because the opportunities which you had got those days were very less compared to the opportunities the young generation after 2005 they are getting. So in spite of that, the way how you are, I don't know what are the words I can say that. Really are impacting the university, I mean, especially SP University College of Engineering a lot. I think MDI, we are going to take it forward, sir. There are a couple of questions we have got, like once, how we want to involve into this particular project, really we are not able to get it up because couple of the meetings I got to know that, but in what way we have to involve the key, like certain, what to say, focus if you can give, I think really we are willing to involve into that particular one. Because we are, whether we have to write the idea, or you are going to put us, or you are going to give us the slots as a, like you solve this particular problem. If you give some problem, we are ready to do it. Otherwise, we have to write the idea, or like how the funding and how the things we are have got a little bit, what to say, the doubts. That I think we clarify later. And I think on behalf of all the youngsters, we feel very proud and honored, sir, to have all alumni over here. Especially the youngest alumni of our college, Sam sir. Really, I think you are the always ever young alumni of our college, sir. Thank you so much.
Very good morning to all of you. It's a really great alumni of our college came here and to impress upon you that they are here to help you and grow in a different fashion. Most of us, when we enter into the college, our goal is fixed, get a good job. And then have a nice match, and then a good house. Have leisurely enjoy the life. Most of the students will have this kind of goals. We are also not different. When we are studying, when we are in a stage. Once you enter into the life, you know what are the different kinds of opportunities, what are the different kinds of challenges. If you are bothered about security of what you are having, what you are earned, and what you are, the way in which you want to proceed your life, if you order security, you cannot progress much. You should have the fight. So dissatisfaction is one of the greatest quality that I can see in all the alumni, especially the young alumni of our college, Venkatesh. So, Shyam Venkatesh, sir. So, and the others who are already very active. Normally, I have not seen people coming forward and addressing the people, those who are in key positions in the industry. Very rare they spending time with the students like this for so long a time. So you take the opportunity. You don't confine to these jobs and all those things. It is very difficult for any country to provide job to so many people. Ours is a huge population. Therefore, we have to think of living on our own and lending support to the others. These times. And one issue I would like to raise, it's a highly heterogeneous picture, the whole thing, if you want to progress. Mind Development Initiative perhaps is a central body which will address these things. They have to link with the industry, they have to link to the students, and then faculty, and the institute here. Each one have their different policies, different procedures. The conflict of interest will be there. So it also has to be properly addressed. Everyone will have their own interest, their own policies, especially with government organizations. Too much of policy oriented, too much of the procedural oriented. If you violate a procedure, you have a lot of problems. Even if you satisfy the outcomes, it is not outcome based, procedural oriented. Even if you get the outcome, if your procedure are wrong, you will be severely punished. Whereas if you don't satisfy the outcome, but still you have followed the procedures, you will not have any problem.
See, with all the background you see here, what practically we are seeing now. Any project, any or any project, especially this project, is mainly dependent upon the faculty. Faculty are the most important people who have taken shape because they are the mediators between students and the students. Without their active cooperation, this movement cannot go very successful. It can go, but it is slow pace. Once they trigger it from themselves, it can go along. For that one, all the faculty have to sacrifice part of your life. Because you have to interact more with the students, but put forth your ideas to them, and you have to patiently hear them also. That is more important. And they should have confidence that I can talk to a faculty very freely, and I can express myself, and I will not get anything bad. That is more important. You should be very free to your students that yes, I can go to my madam or anything, ask her. Something is wrong, they will correct. Because this depends mostly on them. It is not on you. They are the people who take it for. My request to them. Because we are all, he said, boldest young people. We are here to support the college. We have come all the way. But you have received it. Receiving, we request more support from the faculty. Because we have seen for a long time. Some people are involved and some people are not involved. We will get more encouragement to come forward along with us. We are here to do whatever we can do. I one more thing would tell you. The project you have taken up is a good project. The present requirement is the UPS. Because we are having a lot of solar power and we are able to generate, we are able to store it properly. Present is that one. Especially in India, we are having very good source of solar energy, especially in north. And luckily, Andhra Pradesh, Rajasthan districts are having more potential of solar. But what are the problem is in the night? We are getting more power in the daytime. Night we are unable to get it. Suppose there is no way to store it. In present, what they are doing now, the excess solar now they are using for pumping water to the higher level, store as a water, and night time they are taking that thermal power. That can be saved. But it's a project is a very good subject, provided we go to pros and cons. That will be succeed. There is no doubt this can be definitely succeed. But the cooperation of everybody and you very good intellectuals are already interested. We will definitely succeed. That is no doubt on that.
Actually, very good insight. Actually, we started with that hybrid power generators. For example, like in Andhra, also somewhere near Kadapa, I heard that Kurnool, like near Kurnool, that hybrid solar power, pumping up to the storage. I understood this concept when I visited Sikkim. When there is an excess power generated, they will actually pump back the water to the upstream and store it that as a power source for future, maybe in the night, they may generate use it for the night more power. So that from that concept, what we felt is, see, the transmission from the Kurnool to wherever it is required power, huge infrastructure is required. What we were actually envisioning from this project is, for example, my village is there. So there is a kilometers of power line, which was is a big infrastructure for maintenance, laying out, and is there already. But the thing is, in future, we really want to it's impossible to, I know it is as a vision statement, I can say out of the grid, but it's impossible to do that. Okay. But if there are two hydrogen-based storage power projects in a village, then the failover can take over by the other ones. But it is a starting point. We actually discussed with the mainly investors, so with some of the battery companies also we discussed this idea. A few people said yes, we wanted to be part of it. That's why we have taken this project. We have listed 10 projects. Okay, with the help of and even faculty, we came and presented all the 10 projects. We have the champions for all the projects. We have the champions from the staff also. But this is something like getting the initial, acceptance from the I would say, let me be very honest, from the investment community. That's why we are actually. Yes.
The requirement and also money. So we always look at the end, where is the money?
Yes.
Otherwise we are not
Yes, sir. Periodical review. Yes. Yes, very much. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Sir, there are 2 reviews, sir. Yeah, reviews is good.
It's not just doing the project. Right from the idea of, everybody thinks I can plan a project. But planning the project is back to forward, which not even 0.01% people know. Therefore, when this project is going on, right from the beginning, right from the documentation as per international standards, review procedures, how you do the reviews, then you also do how you do, I'm talking a little about that of the youngsters, okay, that review procedures, then audits, okay, so many other things are all involved in it, so that at any time you will know where the project is compared to where it is supposed to be, and not only escapes, and what is it you have to get right now with the artificial intelligence which has come up, it will warn you fairly early where it is going, how it is going, what are the things required for project execution, whether it's a technology execution or a management practices or pure management or politics, all these things will come forward. So we are going to teach all these things as process for the staff. That is why I was getting angry with the staff. Because they are not seen beyond what today. The answer is with the staff. We will do that much, much more. Oh, wonderful, sir. You already got it.
That's told. Sir, actually, I was told by some faculty that they were not able to meet it because there was some external lab exams are going on. They are actually.
Anyway, we will come to you regularly. It is not that while cutting Girish was telling, where not seen is forgotten. Okay, therefore, but we will be coming very often, sitting with you guys, during your lunchtime, we will have lunch with you guys, we will talk about projects, we will harass the hell out of you, so that we take it forward. Okay? I think we can conclude now.
It's not a conclusion, it's a beginning. So, indeed, it's a great occasion. Hello, yeah. And, major thanking, I think, is making belittling the efforts. As a faculty of university and alumni of this, of the impact on the quality of the life of the faculty. Through that, I think we're making the faculty, to be more visible, not only national arena but international arena. So you are giving a platform to us to become world-class faculty, I hope. So I think the faculty will be able to understand your efforts, and because this is I think the modern day challenge to the faculty. So gone are those days where the faculty are supposed to be satisfied with teaching in the classroom and confined to the classroom. But now every faculty need to do a lot of research and develop a lot of research content also. So that way I think I need to professionally thank on behalf of all the faculty here and faculty who could not attend on behalf of the institution. I thank the Mindtech Initiative team headed by the kid Sam. It's wonderful, sir, interacting with all of you. And like me, I think most of the faculty will also would like to agree with me that you will, the time which you have spent with us, so I think has motivated most of us, and probably this is a right step in the right direction, I think. We certainly, sir, would like to promise on behalf of the faculty and on behalf of the team which we are trying to build in this college. Certainly, we will come to the expectations of one and all. And hopefully, the vision which you have put before us, the vision and mission, that's the faculty of the SV, sincerely feel that's, though it's being put by the MTA team, but that vision and mission is supposed to be accomplished by the faculty of the SVU. And the onus are lies on us, and also, since I rightly point out that the faculty may come and go, but the spirit in which this MTA has been started, that will continue to grow, and obviously that will make an impact, not only in the lives of the faculty, but also to the students as well, I think. And also I would like to thank the alumni. Whenever, though the MTA team is 5 or 6, but you know that the interest that has generated, that has drawn the their own friends and other alumni who are staying in this temple town, and also some of them I think they participated online also, because we have started live streaming of this entire function. So I thank all the alumni and also those who have participated through online. And also thank the faculty, head of the departments, head of the institution, and vice principal, and of course my students and the volunteers who have helped this function to be in our function to be a grand one. So I think that the students, I think you today, I think you will be remembered for a long time to come, because you are fortunate, really fortunate. Why? Because you could able to see the first batch student, of your own college. So it's wonderful in one's life journey to meet a first batch student. Never an institution could able to have that kind of occasion. And also several alumni like that. Therefore, you, the students, you need to feel proud that you have a very rich alumni with you, and I hope, and also the supporting staff, the technical staff, all the staff who could assist in doing this function and making this function grand success. So thank you one and all. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.